very good evening to you and welcome to this edition of KTN Friday Briefing. My name is Edith Kimani. From the helm, you can tell that it's going to be an adrenaline-packed bulletin courtesy of our guest anchors. They're called the Haraka Mamas, and as you can probably tell from their name, it's going to be a lot of fun, probably running or racing. Well, I don't want to give too much away. Why don't you stay tuned and find out? We'll also be having live in studio the British High Commissioner Christian Turner. He has a lot to say about the security situation in Kenya and his government's position on that. Do stay tuned for it and all your Friday briefing favorites. I'm talking about Willis the Word Master. He'll be joining us live from Kisumu and he'll be teaching us how to say, well, you have to wait to find out. So that's all coming your way shortly. But right now, let's begin with some developing content. We're talking about the letter from CORD. And 9 opposition members of parliament have now been summoned to record statements for alleged hate speech following the recent wave of rallies. Now, the 9, comprising senators and members of the National Assembly, have been cited by police and their files, and now with the Director of Public Prosecutions. They include Senators Boni Khalwale, James Orengo, Hassan Omar, Johnston Mudhama, and Elizabeth Ongoro. Others are members of the National Assembly, Jakoyo Midiwo of Kem, Simba Arati of Dagoretti North, Junet Mohammed of Suna East, and TJ Kajwang of Roraka. Now, the summonses came as CORD leader Raila Odinga wrote an open letter to President Uhuru Kenyatta in which he sent what he called a hand of peace to the president, quoting heavily from the Bible and from civil rights campaigners Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi. Let's now look at some of those quotes. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of people have said that the former Prime Minister is having what they're calling a climb down. Here's what he had to say about the president and the utterances that have been made. I seek no offense or reward. CORD does not want to share power with the Jubilee administration. This is, of course, in light of what some people may have said with regard to what CORD is after. Before that, he had said, however, that he backs the fight against terror in all manner of ways. And he also did say that there are obvious signs that if we do not confront these problems and challenges now through a structured process of national dialogue, then the road to peace will be thorny and difficult. And then he quotes the Bible. I therefore urge you, my brother, you here being President Uhuru Kenyatta, to read the words of Prophet Isaiah found in chapter 1, verse 18. I will now proceed to read that. Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat good of the land. But if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. So his position being very clear on that. But then he goes on to extend an olive branch. So I offer a hand of peace and an olive branch so that we may dwell in unity, peace and liberty. And then he proceeds to conclude by saying, I want to assure your excellency that we hold no grudges, nor do we want to interfere with your tenure. In other news,